So this year, one thing that I want to do is upgrade my lawnmower. And I've been looking around, looking at a couple different options. I've had this guy down here since we've moved into the house, so it's been 4 or 5 years now. And it's really just too small. It's too small for the yard. I have 12,000 square feet. That's a lot of grass, and it takes quite a long time to mow. And so I've been doing some research, and I've been looking at some mowers, and I've kind of narrowed it down to 1 or 2. And today, a friend of mine has offered for me to come over to his house and try out one of the mowers that I've been looking at. So let me take you on a little road trip, and we'll go test drive this mower. Okay, I've made it. I'm here. Let me show you exactly where I am and what I'll be doing today. Here's the man.
Going.
Jeremy.
How are you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Today what I want to do is Jeremy's invited me over to try out his lawnmower, and he has the Toro TimeMaster, which is a lawnmower that I've been looking into, and I'm really excited to try it out and give it a little test run and learn a little bit more about it from Jeremy.
I'm excited to see his response to it as a first-time user and everything also. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so sitting here talking with Jimmy about our lawnmower that we are going to be using today. It's going to be the TimeMaster. It's the 228cc model. It is the actual 2017 newer version of it. I'm looking to see what his reaction is on this as he gets to see it for the first time. He hasn't seen it. We're sitting here just going to talk about expectations and what we expect to see, what he expects from, and what he wants from this mower.
Yeah, I have actually purchased in the last couple of years a Toro snowblower, and so I'm familiar with the personal pace and that system. But I'm really curious to see how it translates to the lawnmower and mowing the lawn rather than pushing snow off the driveway and throwing snow off the driveway. The other thing too that I'm interested in is my current mower is a 21-inch deck. It's a Husqvarna. I picked it up at Lowe's. It was my very first lawnmower for my home. And it just takes forever to mow that lawn. We're talking a couple hours plus at a time.
Because you have what size lawn?
12,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And the front yard, really, that mower is perfect for that front yard. If that's all I had, that'd be great. But the backyard is where most of that turf is. And so that's really where time gets stolen from me.
Yeah, because I've seen some of the shots of your backyard, and your backyard does look expansive. You got a beautiful backdrop. I just have to drop that out there first. That backdrop, and hopefully he puts it in his video right here. That backdrop that he has is superb. Love it. It's kind of like when I pan over and I show my mountains, but he just has it as his backyard.
It's straight back. It's beautiful.
There's benefits in certain aspects of things, but that big backyard of his definitely has a beautiful scenery and everything.
Yeah. And as much as I love looking at it, saving time mowing is really gonna help out.
Yeah, you definitely want to get into that where you can have time to like enjoy what you see and be able to sit back and relax and enjoy what you've done versus just doing it all the time.
Yeah. So hopefully with that 30-inch deck, if I understand right, it's a true 30-inch.
It is
cut. You don't have to really overlap
Nope.
your passes.
Nope.
And for me, I have to make sure that when I cut with my current mower, I have to overlap into the previous pass at least the width of the wheels.
Correct.
To make sure that that blade's overlapping the previous cut and I'm not missing any spaces.
Yeah, not to shamelessly plug this, but inside of that Toro TimeMaster versus my Honda 21-inch deck, I did show that little piece. I will put it in the card on my channel up above that shows what he's exactly talking about. Because on the Honda, yes, to get it in, because the blade sits on the inside of that wheel, so you have to cut that wheel off to be able to do it. So you're losing 2 inches. On this, as you look down the wheel, you can actually see that it sits on the outside. The blade comes outside the wheel. What other things are you looking for this?
I think really those are the biggest things. I'm curious to see how the personal pace translates to the lawnmower, because my current mower, it's just the squeeze. You know, there's the throttle, and then there's the actual drive. Okay. So I have to squeeze it, and then it goes. And the nice thing about my current mower is it is 4-wheel drive. I know the TimeMaster is 2-wheel drive.
Rear.
And so I'm curious to see how that translates over, and then of course maneuverability and things like that around the yard.
On the TimeMaster, plain out and simple, I do recommend always using 2 trim passes, just because of where it's at, just because of how it reacts in turns and stuff. Not that it won't make it if you only do a single pass or not even a pass at all, but that 2 passes actually opens it up so that you make beautiful turns and you don't lose any continuity of like a stripe or how you're looking or anything.
Cool. Well, I think we can talk all day about it. Let's pull it out and see what it can do.
Get that done. Sweet. See you in the lawn.
There it is. Wow, it's bigger than I thought. I didn't realize how wide it was. That's the first thing that stands out to me is just how wide it is, and that excites me. That makes me really excited to get it and try it out here, because already I know it's going to save some time.
Oh yeah, definitely with that 30-inch deck, it makes a huge difference on just the first interaction with it. You feel like it's going to be very cumbersome and stuff, but it isn't. It's bigger than it seems, but it works a lot easier and it flows really extremely well. So I will let you go ahead and fire this bad boy up.
All right, let's do it.
I appreciate the free lawn mowing there that I got. And it doesn't look half bad. Man knows how to stripe.
I owed it to you.
So, playing with it. You got to play with it for a good, what are we, about 30 minutes in? And, you know, talking about it, moving it around the yard, experimenting with it. What are your thoughts?
I definitely would really like to have this mower. I've been looking at a couple different mowers, and this has been really, honestly, towards the top of the list.
Nice.
You see a lot of other people in the community using it. It has a lot of time on YouTube, and there's a reason, and I think I understand that now. I couldn't believe how easy it was to push it with one hand. That was really neat.
That personal pace system actually is an extremely intuitive and extremely easy system to use, even if you have no use with it prior, and coming into it and knowing how to like just maneuver it. You just got to get after it. You can't be shy. You got to let it do its work. It knows what pressure it feels, and it reacts to that pressure. One thing that I always recommend to people, and it was something I failed to tell you, but it didn't matter because you picked it up anyways, is that you hold your arms stiff and you push with your body walking into it. Yeah. Instead of letting your arms flex like this, because the mower will go back and forth. I didn't see the jerkiness with him. He actually picked it up without being coached, so it's not something you have to know ahead of time.
Yeah, a lot of it really just came naturally, and I think that's the intent of the design of the personal pace anyways, is it's a natural start into your pass.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think I'm definitely going to be making a trip to the Home Depot here pretty soon, or my local dealer. The other thing too is storing my current lawnmower is a pain. Even when I was trying to change the oil on it a couple weeks ago, I wanted to put the handle upright so I could lean it over and tip it over and have something to prop it up on. And my handle doesn't have this many adjustment points. This, it's so easy. You push here and it's straight vertical. I would have killed for this a couple weeks ago on my mower when I was changing the oil. So for storage, and it's perfect. It's clearly well thought out. It's a great design. It has all the features that you would want, especially if you have a larger than average yard like you or I do. And I'm really excited about this machine.
Your 12,000 square feet, how big was that backyard that takes you the most time?
The backyard proper, not counting any side of the house areas, is about 7,000 square feet.
It's almost as big as my whole yard, just right there in one chunk.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a big yard.
I really appreciate you coming out here today and taking time to learn about the Toro TimeMaster and actually giving your first impressions and your first thoughts, because that's what this is about, is being able to use something on your lawn, see what those first impressions are.
And it was a lot of fun. It was actually more than I expected, and I really appreciate the invite,
Not a problem.
letting me come up here. It was definitely worth the trip, and I'm going to be thinking about this all the way home.
Yeah, I feel bad for you because you're about to invest in something that is a few dollars, but I don't feel bad because you're going to have something amazing on your hands.
Yeah, and it's going to last a long time. Again, really appreciate you having me out. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this was exciting for you, just as exciting as it was for me. And we'll look forward to maybe having this in some of my future videos. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm Jeremy of the Greener Lawn. Make her green.